to a brand new episode of our project analysis series. It's been 3 weeks since our last release of the video because we are extremely burnt out. But for the sake of this last project of the year, we are coming back stronger. We are going to talk about the sen today.
Yes. So this is the last project for condo. There's one more coming for EC. There's Coastal Cabana, I think. The EC is going to be very special because, EC, there's usually first timer and second timer, which means that on the first launch, there's only a certain number of second timer can buy, 30%.
Which is,
You have to give the first timer a chance. So now they totally don't do the first timer. One shot they do, everybody can buy one. That's why their launch is a bit later. But this time around, you won't see like a second launch for this EC, only one time. Of course, after Sense, next year, we have one more coming. January, we have another project coming up. It's in this location also, called the Nara. We are going back to the west after so many launches in the River Valley region.
Yes.
Just over Zion Grand. They have done quite well. Later, we will talk a bit about Zion because we are going to talk about pricing strategy in terms of developer today. And why Zion can sell 82%, now maybe close to 85%, is definitely a reason how developer actually price it. If they have priced it differently, I don't think that they will achieve this kind of sales. But now developers are very, very price sensitive also. There's a lot of ways that we can actually price it. There's different strategy that developer can employ. And this time around, in sense, we saw quite a different type of strategy they are going for.
Which is why for our content today, right, other than the project info and the layout analysis, we are going to touch on something which we have never touched on before, which is the pricing strategy for mid-rise development. So previously we have Faber Residence, which is the low-rise, right? Then we got Zion Promenade Peak all high-rise. Now we're going to share with you the pricing strategy for mid-rise development.
Honestly, I would think that there is no saying of like a mid-rise, low-rise, high-rise. What type of different strategy they have? They can employ the same strategy based on a mid-rise and a high-rise also. Low rise and high rise also. It's just as a consumer looking at how the developer price it, how should we be buying it?
And also it's a psychology sometimes. I think that was what Zion Grand developer did, which they really excel in that, which caused the sales to skyrocket.
Yes. If you know in terms of the strategy of the developer and how should you employ your purchase based on the strategy, it will actually help you in the profits. You will be able to make more money from there.
But today we're going to also have a very interesting perspective. We are going to share from developer perspective also. Some project info, number of units wise, 347 units. Expected to TOP in 2029, which is pretty much standard. But let's talk about the developer. SL Capital. Do you know any of their projects?
I think the last one, if I'm not wrong, is Coastline. Not a developer that is always in the scene in the market. But of course, I didn't hear any bad things about them in terms of their development. I think in terms of developer points, we wouldn't be giving the very high point because there isn't a lot of track record that we are looking at. But of course, we also don't have any bad complaints about them. I think that's important.
For the actual location-wise, very beautiful site because it's located right next to the park, actually overlook a lot of greenery. So if you're someone who is a lover of greeneries, you can actually consider this project.
So we just came from RCR of the other side, which is you cross the river, you'll reach CCR, like Promenade and Zion Grand is at the fringe of CCR to RCR. This is the other way around. This is at the fringe of OCR to RCR. So where do we separate OCR and RCR is actually this road. Which means that once you cross this road, you're actually in OCR region. So it's actually really, really at the corner of RCR.
Yep. But one thing, of course, nearby the sen area, there is also a lot of existing residential projects. The last one was Verdale.
Tree. But if you realize one thing here, a lot of development here, mainly 5-story high. The last few launches, except for Red, which is a freehold development. All the launches that we have seen in the recent years here is all the 5-story building. Low rise is totally a different way of strategizing also. Having a high rise or mid rise here is actually something that is interesting because I've seen quite a number of mid rise in this region that actually make money. For example, I think there's a few more along that stretch, along Signature Park, all this. They are all performing quite well, but they are all mainly freehold.
Yes.
So leasehold, we have not seen any mid-rise in this region. This is the first one that we are seeing. The rest of leasehold are usually all the 5-story high. So I think there's something interesting for us to note. And you are just right beside the Bukit Batok Nature Park.
This project is also 1 kilometer to Bukit Timah Primary School.
I once met a buyer, then say want to buy a property here to get into Bukit Timah Primary School. Then I see, where's your kids? It's only 3 years old. So a lot of people just buy it in this location. The best thing is that there's very, very little supply of HDB in this region. So mainly they go for private properties.
Yep.
No choice. There's only a few blocks of HDB in this region that is within the 1 kilometer. So why I talk about the Bukit Batok nature park? Because your high rise will be able to see really a good, nice view of greenery here.
Yeah. The other projects that's around this area, they are not located next to the park itself. They are all in the middle portion over here.
Mainly here.
Over here.
There's one here. I think there's one here called the Park Natura. But the units are all 1,000 plus to 2,000 plus square feet. And the owners are sitting on $1 million of profit. Huge units. So it's not that cheap. So if you want something decent and in terms of pricing is reasonable, this is something that you can go for.
Site plan, I think we will not dive into that. So for this development, right, quite interestingly, the ground level have got a higher ceiling of 3.9 and the rest of the units are the standard 2.8 other than the highest floor.
10 and ground floor, which is very typical for low-rise development. Usually 5-story development, the ground floor and the top floor will have higher ceiling. Most of development before the harmonization rule, they charge for the ceiling. Like example, Dane 3, I think it's 4 over meter, but suddenly you'll see this tech got a unit that is bigger in size.
But I thought this high ceiling thing is like a trait in Bukit Timah. I mean, I've noticed a lot of Bukit Timah units, right, that are sitting on the ground floor. Usually they tend to have higher ceiling.
Not Bukit Timah. A lot of 5-story building, usually they have ground floor and top floor high ceiling. You're going to see a lot of 5-story building that is like that. I think this round Faber don't have because now it's harmonization.
Yep.
So the developer, if they were to charge higher for the higher ceiling, which means the per square foot for ground floor and top floor will jump a lot, which is also difficult to sell. I don't know why this developer is doing this, but we have to see. Maybe they are not charging you extra for the high ceiling, maybe slightly higher. So like for example today, the ground floor is 3.9 meter and the second floor is 2.85 meter. And the ground floor is only 15,000 higher than the second floor. Which one will you buy?
Ground floor.
I buy a ground floor. You have to see all these things. These are some of the key things that you have to see and see where developers are placing all this money. Maybe the ground floor, they charge a premium of 50, 100,000. Then you have to reconsider. Then the per square foot will be much higher. So you will be able to realize this. So how do we realize this? On the launch day, go and see all the per square foot for the ground floor. Is it much higher than the second floor? Then you will be able to see something from here.
Then for the unit mix itself, we have got a 1-bedder, a 2-bedder. 2-bedder takes up quite significant bit, about 47%. So a huge loading is on the 2-bedder, which is important because if you are going for the 2-bedder, it's important that you know how to choose. But other than that, the 3 and 4 also make up about 30 over %.
1-bedder is only 10 units, not much.
But 1-bedder's location is quite strategic, which we'll go through with you in a bit.
So 2-bedder, very important, especially those unit type with a lot of units, you need to be able to choose the best layout. That's why we always have one part is talking about layout for you. If you are buying like the 4-bedder, then what is the problem? You only have yourself. So you need to understand your surrounding layout, whether you are comparable to your surrounding projects. Because own-stay buyers will be always considering not just one development. They will be looking around. Before we move forward,
Please scan.
Please scan. Don't know
Find
who is
us.
who. Just scan and text any one of us. It's a good thing for you.
Yep. All right. Let's go to the main topic of today, which is the developer's pricing strategy for mid-rise development. So over here, we put 2 developments side by side, which is Dane 3 Residence and also Foret. They both launched together around the same time, regardless of their tenure, because one is leasehold, the other one is freehold. The focus here is to look at how developers do their pricing. So Dane 3, the highest level is 5. Foret also got level 5, but we took only pricing from the higher blocks, which is 9 with the higher blocks.
Some of the Foret transaction you will see, the gap is more than 15. It might be 20, it might be 30%.
Yes.
Why? Because there is price increment at the later stage. So we try to take prices that is also on the launch day with a gap of how much. That is the most accurate data that we can actually provide to you. But from here, what you can see, a level 1 to 5 and a level 1 to 9, the difference is 17% and 15%. So what we are trying to show you here, very simple. Doesn't mean that you are mid-rise, you will be having a bigger gap than low-rise. A high-rise to have a smaller gap than low-rise is very rare. Recently, Zion Grand, what CDL did, is something very special. Later I'm going to explain again. But it's also very difficult for it to drop below the low-rise price different. So if you are looking at this, which one will you buy? Like for it, you'll buy high floor or low floor?
I'll buy high floor.
Then for Din 3,
Also high floor.
also high floor. But which one make more sense? For it, will make more sense
Yeah.
because I'm paying 15% more for a 9th floor difference and for a facing difference. And you must understand, if you are facing the outside, facing the green, a 9th floor and a 5th floor is huge different. If you are facing the pool, a 9th floor and 5th floor, no much different. But the greenery will be very different. If the sea view, that will be very different. You have to take all these things into consideration to make your decision. But from here, we are just showing you, overall, there's this type of thing happening. So what happened in Faber Residences 2-bedroom pricing strategy?
We also saw a difference of 16%. So as you can see, the percentage over here ranges between 15 to 17. So we are going to use this range to estimate the sense price, what's the highest PSF they're going to launch at.
But the key thing here you want to see, how does Faber perform in the launch day?
Super
80
good.
over percent. We never expect that because there's so many mainstream development that is coming out in the same time. And Faber launched on the same weekend at Penrith.
But the pricing is really damn good.
So why the movement will be like that? Why people at the back queue will still buy? Because the front queue and the back queue, the difference is 16%.
The pricing is not huge difference.
If I'm buying a
Like
potentially 1.5 million property, the difference is about 200,000 for a better view facing. So what I'm trying to say is that when developer make the difference so narrow, there is a good chance that what?
Buyers will proceed even if they are the back queue because the price is within the acceptable range.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And
So,
that was what happened at Zion, right?
That's what
Even though
happened
it's a
at Zion.
high rise.
so Zion is total sold about close to 600 units on the launch day. Based on the check count of 1,400 checks, 600 we are slightly above what the market is looking at. Usually the market rate in terms of check to conversion is about 30 over percent. So 30 over percent we are expecting how much? About 400 plus odd unit. But now they exceed by 150 units. Why? Even in the queue of 1,409, I think the last queue, the people are still coming. Why? Because we never expect the gap to be
So little.
so little.
Yeah.
Like just for example, the 1-bedroom in Zion Grand, when I first saw the price, I was shocked. The 62 floor is $3,188. If you watch our video, we expected at 3,006 because River Green already transacted at 3,611 for 30 plus floor unit.
Yep.
Even the 2-bedroom, the highest floor is 3,002.
When I saw the 2-bedroom price gap, the jump, right, is like only seen at EC, 3,000.
We expect
Like
the
4,000?
top floor unit to be at 1.9 million, but it's at 1.7 plus, which give the buyers, I get this,
Acceptable.
I get the view, I'm paying a bit more per floor jump 3,000. The 3-bedroom premium, the one in the SHOWFLAT, the biggest one, per floor jump up to high floor is $6,000. So when they
Typically,
price it this way, 0.2% per level jump, they actually make the price very compact. When the price compact, the percentage that is going to be sold will be higher than what we expect.
Actually, in the queue, I also think that actually it makes more sense to just top up a little bit and go for the higher floor, even though I'm in the front.
Yeah.
At the back, it's already accepting the higher floor.
That's why we got
Yeah.
some buyers come
So it's
in,
extremely
62
easy.
floor. First unit, 62
Usually,
floor.
you'll be under the impression, 62 floor is very
很贵
expensive, right? But no, not in this sense, because it's
Yes.
really worth the top up and you get unblocked view.
Yes. That's why this time round, when they give us the starting price, I was expecting slightly lower. And they give us starting price, a lot of 3-bedroom at 2.7 plus plus. To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed. But they employ a different type of strategy. They could have start from 2.5 and they spread it up. Or they start from 2.7 and they do it this way. So what is the plus and minus point? So now I'm going to explain. If they start from 2.5, the check count will not be 1,004. The check count will be close to 2,000 plus. But our conversion rate will drop because the buyer coming in, then the lower floor buy so cheap, why I buy so
Correct.
expensive, why I buy so
Correct.
expensive. That's the
Yep.
problem. But if they start from 2.7, they already manage the buyer mindset that this is something like that. The 2-bedroom starting from 2.6 plus, the top floor 3,200, which means there's only about 20 odd percent for 60 plus story. You go into some other development, 40 story already 30% already.
So you are talking about the very narrow pricing lah.
When they do it this way, the check count may be lesser, but the conversion rate will go up.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say? So you have to see what the developer is doing. Today, what sense is doing. I
Yes.
saw the starting price, I was like,
Okay, we show you why. Because I believe right now you should have known the starting form price, which is 2,199, which is close to 2,002. We were expecting maybe 1,009 or something.
Yeah, 19XX.
So that we have more people coming in to put check. If you use just now the matrix of 15 to 70%, we take a mid-range of 16%. We are estimating the sen's most expensive one to be around 2,550.
Yes.
So based on the pricing strategy that you shared about Zion Grand earlier, even though they launch it a bit higher than average, I mean the starting from price, but the actual day, the price very sweet, right? Because every per floor jump very low,
very
right?
little. So you know, in Zion what happened? I just share with you. I think this is definitely going to happen to sense. You go and see the SHOWFLAT. Not much people going there. You must not be shocked. Because Zion Grand every day, got people ask me, why our SHOWFLAT like very empty? Because we expected Zion to be hot, correct? Then like, why that time go the Penreef and Sky? Wow, like damn packed.
Yes.
Then I say, no lah, our SHOWFLAT very big lah. But after I go and see the numbers, our visitorship really lower. So there's a few reasons. First, there's too many launches in River Valley. So that's one of the answers.
Sure.
Second, our
Indicative.
starting price is not attractive enough to attract the people to come in.
Which is what is going to happen at the
Sense. But Zion did very well because they managed the expectation this way. Then they keep telling us, we will not sell very cheap. We will not sell very cheap.
Okay.
Come in, they give us the price. When I saw the price, I go and
Damn
calculate
cheap.
all the 62 floor. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Why so cheap? The bigger units are expensive. The smaller unit are cheap. The bigger the unit, the more expensive
They
it is.
load the premium on the big ones.
On the
right?
4-bedroom. The 3-bedroom is about, top floor about 3,003
Yes.
plus. Still okay. The 4-bedroom is about 3,005. Then the 2-bedroom, 3,002. The 1-bedroom, 3,001. So when they saw the price, it's like, wow. Can eh? So we keep telling people, can eh? Come, just come first. You queue 1,000 also
So
come.
in a way, you also managed by developer. So over
Yeah.
here at the Sen, what could have caused high sale is that today they put out this price. Maybe the viewership also will not be as much as expected, right?
Because this one is honestly, deep from my heart, is not attractive.
So there is two ways it will happen. Upside is like your Zion Grand like that, right? Where they already managed you this price, high price. Yet after that, when they launch, right, the per floor jump is extremely little, makes people able to commit because buyers are already able to accept the price range.
Correct.
But the downside is that if because of this indicative price, people don't come
The starting price done
see
wrongly.
or whatever, sales will be
It
greatly
might
affected.
be a big problem because there isn't any interest coming in. So I think Zion Grand, in these two perspectives, they did quite well in terms of balancing this.
Okay.
They didn't price the starting price too far high up until it
Nobody want to-
kills the interest. There's still interest, but maybe the number of interest drops slightly. But they price it very narrow in terms of gap because you see, Promenade 5-bedroom, top floor already done 3.5 plus. Promenade 42nd floor 2-bedroom already done 3.1 plus. You're entering 2-bedroom 62 floor at 3.2 plus. Definitely
Very
makes sense,
safe
lah.
and
Very
cheap
safe
lah.
lah. So they price it this way. But they did a good balance. I'm only concerned now since this one is a bit too far high up.
Zion Grand got Promenade Peak River Green to kind of support. Because it's a lot of supply, right? But this the Sen area, you don't have like an immediate
People have
competitor.
done
that,
this price
yes. So we don't know, but our bet is that it's more leaning towards the sales may be affected.
Yes, correct. But if you are still looking at this area, so
But
the
we're not saying
estimated
cannot buy. Yes,
estimated price difference is 16%. We are just saying that in terms of how they price it, it might affect the whole situation. But
Yes.
now what I'm trying to say here, if there's a 16% price gap and the top floor is 2,550, or even maybe they price it very sensitively, the top floor is 24XX, then in this sense, what should we be buying?
Up.
Buy the best view and the
Most
highest
premium
floor.
one, yes.
Example, the 10th floor and the 9th floor, the premium is not much because of the high ceiling they are giving you. The premium is not much. Buy the best one because the gap is small. So like example in Zion, I also advise people buy the top floor. People ask me, are you sure can buy 58
Something,
story?
yeah.
I say I cannot guarantee you. I mean, who can guarantee you, right? But when do we see a gap of so small? So this is the only chance you can get such a great view paying such a small premium. And honestly, I think in resale, people also can see these differences. I think it's a good risk that you are taking. Same here. I mean, who can guarantee you? Who can tell you buy the high floor better or buy the low floor? We can only base on data to tell you this seems like a better option. So here, in sense, if the gap is 16% or even 14 or even 15% or even 10%, the high floor one seems a better
This is
choice.
a very highly own stay area. Unlike like maybe River Valley area, there will still be investor, right? But this
Yes.
area is very highly towards homestay.
So if you are buying, especially the bigger unit, the layout is very good. A lot enclosed kitchen, a lot of windows. Buy the best view one. That's the advice.
Yep.
Because next time you're selling to homestay people. Layout analysis.
For the layout itself, right? Maybe we can go back to the site plan. For the site plan, you can see that even though there are 2-point blocks over here and over here, if you notice, a lot of units here are all corner units. I don't know how the architect actually do it. There's very little units whereby there is no window.
All 4 is confirmed, all corner unit.
Yes.
There's only 3 units, there's no corner. This 3.
Correct.
And this 3.
Yes.
So total of 9 stacks only. Because here these 2 is corner.
Which is very good.
And they built it this way, which means these 4 units are all corner.
Yeah. Let's go back to the 1 bedroom. So this is the first time you actually get a 1 bedroom
Window. Wow.
It's not very important for 1 bedroom over here, but it's also very rare because this 1 bedroom is right smack where? Corner over here. So 1 bedroom, because we don't have much units, there's only 10 units over here. So if you talk about the layout, quite a typical one where you got kitchenette, then you got dining, living area. Even for the 1 bedroom in this area, you have to buy for own stay.
There's one project here, Hillfort, 60 years
60
old.
years lease.
The 1 bedroom is dirt cheap. So you want to fight their rental, it's very difficult.
Yes.
They can throw very low rental to kill you. Because I think they
Unless-
first bought 300 plus thousand.
But right now, the problem is the decaying lease.
To the landlords, if they're buying
you want
300,000,
you-
I want to rent 1,500, any problem? No problem. I want to
correct.
rent 2,000, any problem? So you will have a lot of landlords that is going to put at lower rates here in this region.
So strong advice for the 1 bedroom, if you are going to buy here, please get it for own stay. Because the rental here,
Not-
because
not
got
great
too many competitors. already.
Yes, and you have competitors who bought it way cheaper. So that's the problem. Renters are very determined by the landlord's willingness to rent high or low. If the landlords all hold for a higher price, the rental will go up. But if a lot of landlords here are buying the units at a way cheaper price, I'm not saying that they were definitely willing to rent at a lower price, but it's more open to that. So that's the problem.
Now for the 2 bedroom, we have got the 2-bed 2-bath and also the 2+ study. Right now we are going through the 2-bed 2-bath first. This is the 678 square feet. You look at the one here on the left hand side first. This is a very good 2-bed 2-bath layout.
Yes.
Basically everything you need. We have got an enclosable kitchen, 2 proper bedroom,
2 toilet.
windows all in the right place. And you know what? Even the corridor also got light one.
Then the
Yeah.
kitchen also looks quite decent, quite
Yeah,
big.
and this one you have got 2 kind of facing, which is the park facing and also the empty land plot facing.
So buy this one, buy what?
Confirm by park.
Buy park, buy highest floor.
Yes.
The gap is 15%.
Just remember, the 2 bedroom over here is the highest unit mix in the entire development. You have to be very
This
careful.
678 lah.
Yes.
So how to choose the price? How to know what to choose? Let me give you one tips. Day 1, you go to the booking day, take 2 price. Let's say I take stack 22. This one should be the cheapest. I take the second floor unit. So let's say this unit is 1.687 million,
We
for
have
example.
the starting from price, but the starting from price, I do not think is this layout.
Then next I take here, the 10th floor unit and the 9th floor unit. Then let's say 1.9. Then I see the difference. I calculate. If it's 15% thereabout or lesser, go for this one. If not, then we keep saying 15%, 15%. But how to calculate? So take these 2 portion of the units to understand. I do not know whether I'll be there for the launch. But if I'm there, if you see me, if you don't know, you can reach out to me.
So the other 678 layout is the one on the right hand side. Over here, the only downside is really
No window. It's not as good. It's not as good.
Basically,
And,
this one very straightforward. Just choose the left hand side.
and these are all the inside facing, which is the one that we want to avoid. So not this, this one, best, and choose here.
Must be park. Because the empty land plot, right, is also zoned for residential. So in future, potentially, there may be an upcoming
You know what's the
residential.
worst thing?
Construction.
You take keys,
piling.
take construction.
Wow,
Walao eh.
shag. Then the other 2 bedroom, right, is the 732 square feet one. 732 square feet, right? The main difference is the foyer area and also the kitchen.
You can see that the 732, the kitchen feels like smaller than the 678. But it's still good because they have all the windows in all the areas, right?
Yeah.
But one thing to note, here it seems like it's open. There's no wall. There's only wall here. So you still have to do your own sliding here. You look at 678, there's already a sliding that is done for you. Very rare for 2 bedroom. So this one is a very proper one.
Yes.
Next choice is 732.
This
then
is
the
the
678.
Then the last one, which is the 2 bedroom plus study, got 2 different sizes. One is 764, which is this one, and the other one is 775. Quite impressed by the study area. It's not like a corridor area where you just walk by. This one is proper study area. You're able to put in a super single, actually a bit tight but still doable. So very, very good, and it's a dumbbell layout. But of course, the downside is the kitchen is kitchenette.
But if you have to choose, I think 775 make more sense now, because the additional 11 square feet, they give you one more area of your cabinet, everything that is in for you for the kitchen side. First choice, 678.
Yes.
Second choice is 732 and 775, 764. And then 678, the last one. I think it should be this way. So the first choice is this one. This one is the best, and choose the best facing if you can, if the gap is small.
To be frank, even if the gap is a bit bigger, I might still go for the park. Okay, depends on the selling time that you are looking at. But if you are looking to sell upon TOP, definitely have to choose something that you have added advantage. Okay?
But not too big lah.
Yeah, not like 30%.
That's why I said 15% there about. Exceed 20, I might rethink the decision.
Ta-da-da! Scan me, please reach out. Yes.
Not every time I see you, then you say, I watch your video, but I never scan.
Anyway, even if you guys are not in for the sand, we still have a lot of exciting projects coming up next year.
Next year, there's a lot. Next year, what do we have?
Wow. My favorite is Thomson View. We have got Bayshore.
We have the Chuan that is going to merge two plots into one.
Tengah condo.
Tengah is going to be very cheap. Chuan, they are going to merge two plots into one plot, which is going to be a big plot again. Lakeside. Lakeside by CDL again. Lakeside, that plot is actually something that a lot of people are looking for.
Because that one near MRT, it's been many years.
Many years, people are asking when is this land going to be launched. And now it's coming. So there's a lot to look at.
Now on to the 3-bedroom layout. The 3-bedroom over here, and also with the 2-bedroom. 2-bedroom don't have the 2-bed 1 bath. 3-bedroom here also don't have the 3-bedroom compact one. It's all come with like an additional storeroom, which is perfect. Of course, it's catered to the people here, right? For the 3-bedroom, we have got the 872 square feet, which is the left-hand side one. This is a dumbbell layout. Not so preferred for me because one of the bedroom over here will be facing the wall of another unit. This is my own stay. In real life, in the resale market, the buyers will be a bit more particular. The other one, which is the 9361, this one we have got a flexi room and also enclosable kitchen and also very good size bedrooms. Then the next one, which is the biggest 3-bedroom. This is 1109 square feet. The bedroom size are the same as just now the 9361. The main difference is this 5-meter living dining width, as well as the additional bomb shelter and also the dry kitchen.
So coming here, looking at this layout, I keep wondering why, Zion Grand, the 1055, 1076 layout, the living room look damn big. Because in the analysis, I never thought about. But after being to the SHOWFLAT so many times, I realized one key thing. Why is it so big? Because living room, there's two types. One is the landscape one.
Yes.
One is the portrait one, correct? That one is special because it's actually portrait. The dining is here, the living is here, but they add another study here. So they become landscape and portrait. That's why the living room, the dining I put at one side, so it become bigger.
Emerald Katong also like that.
Also like that. So you see this one also similar. But just that when there's a dry kitchen here, it actually disrupts the flow. So there is a potential that you can do when you take over the keys. You hack away this part, you put your dining here. Then this part will become pure living, which will make your living room look
extremely big.
Huge. So that's important. So that's something that I realized. Then you see some landscape also look small. Because they are very wide, but they're very narrow.
Okay, I get what you mean.
You get what I mean? So L shape makes the whole thing different. I keep wondering why so big. It's not, the size not very big. Also, they are doing it this way. Okay.
So the top choice will be a 936, mainly for those people that are a bit more budget conscious one. Because otherwise, the 1109 square feet, right?
It's also a good
is a very, very good layout too. But the difference in terms of the price gap between the 936 and also the 872, it's approximately 140. So actually, it makes sense for you to top up for a layout with more privacy. But from the 936, if you jump to the 11091, is approximately 380.
Good thing here is we got one more 1259. Yes. So with this in place, it makes the 1109 looks very palatable. So I would think that 1109 will also be a good choice. 1259 is really way too big for a 3-bedroom. They have a study here, they say can put a single bed. I do not think that this is something that is interesting. I think the 1109 and the 936 make more sense for this location. If you really talk about this location, the people here, not poor, not damn rich. They are still looking at size plus a bit of practicality in a way. The very rich one, they will go for all the freehold condos in this region. You still want to play into the mindset of people who want the space but do not want to pay so much for the extra. That's why the 1259 might not be the best choice. So I would rank the 1109 and 936 quite similarly.
Depending on your budget, I guess.
Depending on your budget and what you need. But if you look at the facing, what are they facing?
We have got a park facing for the 936 as well.
Yeah.
Basically, everything here, if there is a park option, right, I would definitely go for a park option.
So like you have an option on 936 park facing and 1109 pool facing, go for the park facing. Unless I really need the 1109 space.
Yes.
4-bedroom, is it nice?
Well, both layout are the same size. The only difference between both layout is the RC ledge. If you want to have a look, you can go to the SHOWFLAT to have a look, but mainly it's quite similar. Our concern here is not within this development. Our concern here is our competitor that is in this area. Because before this video, we were talking about the Verdale 4-bedroom layout, right?
Which I'm the IC also. So I remember very clearly, the layout of the 4-bedroom is one of the nicest that I've seen based on that time. When I first walked into Verdale, I was like, wow. So recently we saw a lot of this type of layout popping out in the market. Pine tree 4-bedroom, look like Verdale. There's a dry kitchen.
There's the island.
Then the kitchen side you can close up if you want to cook. You can open up if you want to host your guests, and a dry kitchen there.
Where people can hang around the dry kitchen also. It's like the integrated part of the living and dining area.
Yes, and there's some units like the top floor and the ground floor, they have like 4 ceiling height. It's going to be very nice. I mean, in terms of own stay. So I'm a resale buyer looking for a project there. If I ever visit Sands, I will also visit Verdale. So I will be a bit of a disadvantage. It's just like Nava Grove and Pine Tree. I always prefer Pine Tree if you are going for the bigger units because of the layout. Nava Grove, huge layout, but you don't get the atas feeling. So I think this one, even though same size, Verdale will stand to be in a better situation. Even though Verdale is 1410 square feet, this is 1453 with harmonization. Which means that this one, if you are going back to Verdale era, it will be 1,005 plus square feet. But I would think that with Verdale in place, it will not be easy for you to sell for the 4-bedroom in future. But if you are buying for own stay, I leave it to you. These are the two premium blocks that you're talking about, the 1259 and the 1453. Overall, this development, if I'm buying, my focus will be more on the 2-bedroom that is suitable for own stay layout, 3-bedroom suitable for own stay layout, but not the very big units. The middle range of the units, I think, makes sense for everyone in terms of pricing, in terms of next time resellability, in terms of advantage comparing to surrounding projects. In terms of the pricing wise, we need to have advantage because the surrounding projects are selling maybe at 2,002 per square foot.
Yeah, but the quantum, frankly, is not very far apart. It's comparable.
And Verdale might be going at 2,000 per square foot. So you are slightly higher. Talk about harmonization, you are maybe same price but slightly higher. But if I am higher, but I have a view that no one else have,
which is the park view.
That makes sense. So that's why I say buy here, we try to buy the view one. If not, then you will not be in any advantageous position. Resale buyer have so much comparison, they do not need to pay a higher price to buy from you.
Yes.
So that's the thing. So I would think that if the premium is not much, go for the nice facing park view units, the highest floor, as high floor as possible. If not, then the empty plot. I don't know, that one is a certain risk. If not, you go for the lower floor, pool view facing.
Yes.
Overall, the best preference is the 2-bedroom 678 and the 3-bedroom 936.
And 1109. That will be the end of our project analysis for the SAN. Do remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more launch and more analysis coming up next year.
Correct. But for SANs, whether they will sell well,
comment below.
Is the prices.
Do you think it will sell well?
If the price is tight, I definitely would think that the project will move. If the price is not tight enough, then there will be a project that this year we will see lesser than what we have been usually seeing in terms of the number of percentage. So if you realize, because a lot of people have been asking one thing, will there be additional buyer stamp duty or cooling measures coming? Do you know one thing that we realize?
What?
There's huge amount of units that's being sold in the last few months, right?
It's just quite scary. It's a chance that it might come up.
But you go and see the price index, it's not moving. The huge amount of units that is sold is because developer price it right. Government is very worried not about the number of units sold. It's about the price index that is moving. If the price index is moving upward too much, then there's a scary
Because
part.
resale is actually a bit slower.
Resale is lower. RCR price index will definitely move up because of Penrith, Zion, and Promenade. But CCR and confirm come down because Sky really launched too cheap. We are seeing so much sales, not because the market is crazier, it's because the price is priced right. So will sense be right? We don't know. We will see.
Does the sen makes sense?
Yes.
Keep look out to our channel because we're going to have more videos other than analysis. There's a lot of other things we share. Do subscribe and like.
Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.